everyone, Karen here, and today I have my last card for the year, and it's going to be a New Year's card. Now, I am going to use this topper that I made on my Cameo machine, but I do have the SVG attached to the description. So if you would like to make one of these, you absolutely can download it and use it on whatever machine you have. So I have a piece of glitter card, which is very heavy, and it is 4.5 by 6.5. I have a piece that is 1.5 by 6 3/4. This is going to be trimmed, but we can't trim it until we put the rest of it together. I also have a 5 by 7 card base, which is a 10th fold. Now this is going to be a shaker card that has a ball that goes up and down. And the way we're going to make it go up and down is we're going to use magnets. Now these magnets I just got on Amazon, and they just came in a box like this. You just search for the small magnets, and there's a bunch of them, and they'll all work about the same. I have some shaker bits that I'm going to put inside, and I have these brads that are little party hats, and I think I'm going to put those on here with this to give the card a little something extra. So to get started, I want to start on this topper first and get this done. So what I did is there's 3 layers. So there is the back layer here, then there is a gold layer, I cut it out in sticky glitter paper. This is something I've had in my stash for a while, but it did make it a lot easier. So I started layering the letters here, and I will finish with the word new to show you how easy this goes. So here is the black. So this was the second layer. Oh, I got a piece here I missed. There we go. I had a little trouble with the paper. It's been really humid, and because it's been cooler, my air conditioner hasn't been coming on as much, and I think my paper is not liking it. And I have my gold letters here. So the first layer was the letters, then there's an outline for the letters, and then there is the shadow for the whole entire topper. So this here is sticky, so all you have to do is just stick it right on there. You don't need glue, you don't need anything. So adhesive back glitter card is really quite nice. It makes it go very fast. Now you could accomplish the same thing if you took your piece, ran it through your Xyron, and then die cut it. That would also give you any paper that is a sticky back. And when you're trying to layer letters like this, that makes it go so much faster. So now these are going to go on here. Happy is already glued down. So now I'm going to start with year, because I want this Y in the correct place. That will go here. Oh, and I should say I went around this gold with a little bit of the Midas ink. And you've seen me do this before. I just took the ink, took the ink pad and just went around like this, around the whole entire topper. Alright, so now let's do the E and the A. Let me grab the R while I'm at it. So E and the A will go here, and oops, no it won't. The E and the A is down here. It's like that doesn't fit right. And the R will be over here. There we go, just like that. Now we have new, which will be N-E-W. Yeah, when I cut it out, some of the letters were attached just because of the way the shape of the letters were, and some of them weren't. So we will put this here. I'm going to line it up where it sticks out over here. That's for the W. Stay that way. Alright, so we'll put some glue on the N. Like that. So we have Happy New Year. So like I said, this will be attached, the link to it, and you can use that. Alright, so now we need to make the shaker card. Alright, let me bring in some anti-static powder. And I am going to dump in this mixture I had left over from another project. I'm going to dump some of that in. And I think I want to use some of this purple. I want to say these are from Gina K. Let me get this open. I'm going to put some purple in here to kind of bring in the purple that's in the back here. This has a mixture of black and purple. That should be good. Now I'm going to carefully kind of mix this up a little bit. Just give it a little. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to take off the backing. Now this was the medium size of the circles. I was going to use the big one, but it just looked a little bit too big. So I went with the medium one. Right, this will go right on here. Alright. I'm going to push this over. Give it a good shake. And there we go. We have our ball. Now this here is the size that went on the back and the next size down in the nesting dies, because you've seen me make these a couple times now. If you're not sure how to construct this, you can go back and look at the other shaker cards I've made with the sets I got on Amazon, because there was a star, there was a tree, and then these circles. Make sure that's pressed down there really good, since I'm sticking it to acetate. And there's our shaker, all done. That is still sticking a little bit. Alright, now let's get ready to put this card together. Alright, the next thing I want to do is get this front set. Now, I'm going to do this on the reverse side. So we need to decide where this is going to go. Give that a moment to stick there. Alright, so I think I'm going to take this and edge the card in the gold. So I edged the topper. So I'm going to edge this. There we go. Kind of a thick border, just to make that look a little more finished. There we go. There, that looks good. A little more down here. Now I'm happy with it. So now this is going to go down here. So that will give this much space for this to go up and down here. Alright, so I'm going to put a little bit of foam on here. I'm going to use the 1/16 foam, because this card is going to be a little thick. Because I do have to put foam behind here so the magnet can move freely. So I'm just going to use some thin foam here. Now I will say the magnets are the same thickness as the 1/16, so I thought it might get caught, so I am going to use the 1/8 to hold this up. So let's get this on here, and then we can figure out how much space we have to move our little ball up and down. Alright, so this will be on here, like that. Alright, so now we need to cut this piece here. So this piece is 1.5 inches by 6 3/4. Now, the magnets are not quite a 1/2 inch. So I only want to leave a 1/2 inch here in the middle. So that means I can cut, make sure I don't lose that. And I'm going to use a white pen to do this so you can see it. If you were doing it yourself, you would just use a regular pencil. So I'm going to take off a 1/2 inch on either side here. So I have my ruler, came over to a 1/2 inch on either side, like that. And now I'm going to run a line down to the bottom. And I'm going to come over here and run a line to the bottom. So now I end up with this T. So now I will cut this part out. And cut that off. And we'll cut this side. And cut this up. Now the reason why you're doing this is you want the top of this to be wider than the rest of it, so you can't pull it all the way out of your card. So we're going to put some foam as a stopper, so we won't be able to pull this all the way out. So now let's flip this over. Now this will go in the middle. Now if you want to, you can find the 2 1/4 mark, because this is 4 1/2, so 2 1/4 would be the middle. You absolutely can eyeball this if you want to. Alright, so 2 1/4 and 2 1/4. Find another line up here. And if you want, because this is going to be completely behind the card, you can make yourself a little line if you want, just to keep track of where you're putting this. So this is going to go on here. Alright, so holding this in the middle, make sure you're happy with where you have it. You're going to put some foam going down this side. Let me cut this off. And I'm going to come to the other side. I want to give it a little bit of room, but not much. So now this will stay in here. Because you want to give it a track to go up and down. So now this has a track. So now we need to figure out where we want it to stop. So obviously we don't want it to fall out the other side. So we will take a little piece here and make a stopper for the top. Now we will turn it around. So we want to come to about here, right about here. And we need to put, I'm going to put a little mark right here. And all I did was look where the top is here, the top of the topper. Flip it over, put a little mark at the same spot, because you don't want it to come down any further than that, because it will hit this. Alright, so now I'm going to put a little piece here and a little piece here. So now once this is on the card, this will slide from here down to here. Just like that. And this will work with anything you want to have go up and down your card. It could be balloons, a kite, pretty much anything. But just doing it like this, and that way, and we'll trim it once we get this on here, then we can trim it. So now we need to glue the magnet on there. So I'm going to take some red liner tape and one of my magnets. Really wants to stick together. Now you can use whatever glue you want that will hold metal. I'm going to give this a little bit of a rub here. I'm going to use this because it's fast. Alright, now I want this to be the back side because since I wrote on it, so I'm going to put the magnet on this side. Like that. It's going to be this way. All right, so now you can see why you have to use the foam is because that's going to take up some space there. And you want to make sure it's not going to rub. So I'm going to hold this still. And I'm going to put this on the card. Line it up. Make sure we're lined up here. There you go. Now check it, make sure I didn't catch this. Okay, so that moves freely. So now I can decide where I want to snip this. So in the up position, I'm going to snip it even the bottom of the card. So now the other magnet will go on the back here. That was kind of funny. Now you want to check it. Make sure your magnet doesn't have a right and a wrong side. So that's the side we want, because if you put it down, it doesn't want to go on the other side. So just check it. Make sure you're good. So I will put the tape down on here. And press it down really good and put another piece on top. Because this is kind of thin. Rub it really good. Take the backing off. Now this will go in the middle here. Nope, now this glitter card does not want to stick. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put some extra glue on here. And give it time to dry. Oh, this is shedding. You know what? Let me cut out a different circle because that is not going to work. Alright, so here is the set of nesting dies that came with my domes. And I just took the one that matched the back of the dome and cut another one out. And I will press that on there. I will give that a minute to dry. Alright, let's check this now. It's kind of dry, so we're going to go ahead and move on. I'll just be careful with it. So I've put some fresh red liner tape on the back here, and I'm going to stick that down. And let's see, make sure this is all still good. Now we will put this on, and it will grab. Now this should go up and down. You know, now that I'm looking at it, I think this needs a pole to go up and down. Alright, so I cut a 1/2 inch strip. Now I'm going to pull this off. And I am going to measure this. I have a little bit by eye here. I'm going to snip this off. So this ended up being, let me grab my ruler. This is about 3.5 inches. I think that will be just right. Pull this off. Make sure I'm in the middle here. I'm going to push that down and put this up here. Stick that down. Now put that back on. I think now it looks more like a pole going up and down. Just like that. Alright, so now let's decide if I want to put these on. I'm thinking those will be fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this through over here. I think I'm going to have to poke that through because that's pretty heavy. There we go. And I'm going to push this through over here. Bend back the prongs. And I'll put one on this side. Put this in here. And bend back the prongs. Like that. So there we have it. And now that goes up and down in between. So if you like this card, please consider subscribing to my channel, leave a comment, and give me a thumbs up. And until next time, stay crafty.